You've just entered the no delusion zone. I'm David Dubato. Today, the sole topic of this short video, this short podcast, is going to be the delusional, demented, irrational, insane, and insulting speech, if you could call it that Donald Trump gave at the Department of Justice building here in Washington, D.C. In this rambling, incoherent, about 1 hour long speech, Donald Trump blamed the Department of Justice, its prosecutors, its managers, its directors, basically everyone that works there, with persecuting him as if he were Jesus Christ himself. He blamed everyone for his troubles except himself, of course. But what's more troubling, and the whole point of this podcast, is that he stressed something that he had said over and over and over again on the campaign trail. And that is that he is now going to go after those in the Department of Justice, the prosecutors, the managers, the attorneys, anyone and everyone who took part in the investigations or indictments against Donald Trump for his part in the insurrection, the treason, the attempted coup on January 6, 2021. Anyone within the Department of Justice who had anything to do with that is now going to be the subject of his wrath. And what that means is, and in his words, they should be arrested. So he is, in fact, going to unleash his new attack dog Department of Justice on the previous employees of the Department of Justice, many of which have been fired or resigned. And they are going to be investigated. They are going to be indicted, prosecuted, and if Trump has any way, imprisoned or worse. The same goes for the press, the media, the so-called free media, free press in the United States. He said that any, and I'm paraphrasing, but any media, any report in any online or paper media that criticizes Donald Trump or his administration is committing illegal acts. His words, illegal acts, and should be arrested. That pretty much will be the death knell of freedom of press within the United States. Again, this was another threat that he carried out, or at least said he was going to carry out during the campaign trail. And now that he is unfortunately president again, he's going to make good on those threats. Wrapped up in that, and I'll close with this today, is his threat to enact the Alien Enemies Act, also known as the Alien Sedition Act, which will give him the authority to declare martial law, which means activating the military, both active duty, reserve, and National Guard. Put them on the streets wherever he wants to do whatever he wants, and acting in a law enforcement or police capacity, which they are normally barred from doing in the Constitution by the Posse Comitatus Act. Martial law would enable Trump to order the United States military onto the streets of cities and towns in the United States, locate, apprehend, arrest, and in some cases, shoot alleged criminals without warrant and without probable cause. But that specific issue will be the topic for another podcast. But right now, we're looking at a complete shutdown of freedom of the press, followed by persecutions, prosecutions, arrests, indictments, and jailings of journalists, as well as investigations, indictments, and imprisonment of former employees of the Department of Justice. Oh, and I didn't include the judges who were unfortunate enough to be overseeing the cases in which Donald Trump was indicted and found guilty. It may also include the jurors and witnesses to those trials. Anyone who said or, in his words, did anything wrong or anything against Donald Trump should be arrested because they committed illegal acts, by questioning the word, the authority of His Majesty, Trump. Folks, we are in the final stages of becoming a dictatorship, of becoming Gilead, a Christian, nationalist, evangelical dictatorship. Stay tuned. Until then, please hit the subscribe button. Tell others to watch the No Delusion Zone and hit the subscribe button. Go to buymeacoffee.com so this voice of the opposition can remain here, make podcasts like these now and in the future. We depend on you. I depend on you. Until next time, which I hope is tomorrow, you all take care, stay safe, and stay sane.